My maternal grandfather had half his stomach removed due to cancer in the 30s, 40s or 50s. I don't know who came up with bariatric surgery. I hate that £1,000 Sisters show. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just another torture device.
Well,
And yeah,
I
go
mean,
on.
anything that's like, hey, let's take out your stomach or paralyze it so that you can't absorb vitamins, minerals, and essential nutrients in your body. That sounds like a good long-term plan. Like, what could go wrong here, right? I mean, it's just so incredibly crazy to think about. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. I believe that is or could be a compulsion rather than an addiction. Yeah, I think I remember. I was trying to think. I forget where I heard this, but they said that you can actually create a new habit forming neuron in your brain if you perform the same action or ritual for 7 minutes a day in 14 days. You will actually grow a new neuron for that habit in your brain. And all you have to do is do that thing 7 minutes a day for like 14 or 21 days. I can't remember which. But it wasn't very long, and you'll actually create a new neuron, and it takes a long time for that to die. You have to not do any parts of those rituals, like no portion of the ritual that's like recognizable to that neuron to let it die, and it takes like 6 months for it to die or something. It takes a long time for that neuron to die, and that's what I always figured it was, right? That there's enough, because, and maybe this would be a case for saying that you're going to have certain compulsions or certain rituals of the addiction, which I think is probably why I ended up using those to change the target of the addictions. So that's why I was replacing the end game or the end goal of the addiction, but using the rituals to do so was because I always assumed that, how are you, if you're going to keep that neuron alive, right, with any portion of that ritual, and you're talking about eating, well, how are you going to not eat, right? Like, if you're eating, you're going to be keeping that neuron alive. Like, it's probably never going to die if you're, if you're doing something that's like sustains life, like breathing, or like breathing or eating, you're probably never going to get to that 21 or no, I think it was even like 6 months to let it die. So I feel like there's still parts there, and I feel like through no genius work of my own, it was just by accident of just trying things and trying to cope. You guys have probably heard me talk about when I was doing bacon and eggs when I was having pizza cravings. I was just changing the angle, but I was using the rest of the ritual, the timing of the ritual, thinking about it, getting excited about it, going to get it, even right down to eating it. I was letting 80% of that ritual still be the same way. I just changed the end goal, and after like 3 weeks, which is right in there where they said a new neuron forms, all of a sudden my brain was like, instead of wanting pizza, it wanted bacon and eggs. So I've always tried to use the ritual. That's why that lemon juice drink worked, because I was having the ritual of something carbonated, something cold. It just didn't have caffeine or sugar or artificial sweeteners in it, and it did have electrolytes in it, and it had a little bit of whatever from the lemon juice, but to give it that ting and burn. And so, but didn't have any of the caffeine, it didn't have any of the sugar or even artificial sweeteners or even a sweet palate. It had a bitter palate. But I was able to use the rest of the ritual for 5.5 weeks and finally kill all the cravings for soda, because I just changed the ritual. And then it was really easy to change the ritual because then I just started taking out the lemon juice and just had sparkling water, right? And that's to where I'm at right now. So I mean, if you want to think about it that way, I still have all the neurons that were chasing me toward that stuff. I just filled it with other things. And like one of the things that I think was bad in that case was I didn't have that same plan for Copenhagen when I quit. And I think I accidentally made it water. I think I had made made water the deal. Now I think I guess I probably make it iodine in the morning, because I definitely feel like I need iodine like I used to feel like I needed the Copenhagen. But I changed that target But it's weird that, I mean, I quit smoking when I was 24. So 17, 18 years ago, something like that. And when I go to certain places, like if you put me at a poker table right now, or if every time I go to the fireworks stand to work for the 4th of July, I crave a cigarette to this day because I would chain smoke when we're out at the fireworks stand, which you guys can all make fun of that because that is funny. But I would chain smoke when I was at the fireworks stand. I'd chain smoke at the poker table. So it's weird being back in that ritual would pop that into my head every time after I quit smoking,
Mm.
Do you have places like that, Lindy? Of places that you used to go habitually?
Sorry, what was that?
I said, do you have
You
instances like that where you had places or things that you used to do, for whatever food was your favorite thing to binge on or whatever?
Oh, yeah, like, every night when we sit on the couch with my hubby and the TV goes on, that's when we used to snack. So now I have to change that habit by getting my iPad out and doing my colouring app, and I sit and paint by number. Just otherwise, my mind's like, "Where's our snack? What are we gonna eat?" So that's definitely something I deal with every night, and that's my fix is using an iPad. So I need to get off technology. I'm on technology a lot, so I do need to find another thing that's not involving a TV or technology. But, yes, it's better than eating right now, so
For sure.